Hey, what's up guys? In a meta where cycle decks and rail giant are absolutely everywhere, Sparky has still found its way to the top of the leaderboard. The rank 87 player in the world is blasting every pro he plays against because he's using arrows and zap to remove all of their distractions. And by using the cheaper vanilla giant over the goblin giant, you'll be able to have slightly more elixir on defense, allowing you to afford the high cost barbarians or mini P.E.K.K.A for counter pushes. It's extremely effective to bait out your opponent's spells with the zappies and bats and going for the evolved barbarians on offense. When opponents are so scared of the giant Sparky push coming at them, sometimes it's the evolved barbarians that are the true win condition. It's nice that the zap and arrows also work well with them to remove distractions too. The cost efficiency that you get with Sparky, mini P.E.K.K.A and evolved barbarians is crazy. And all it takes is defending once with one of those cards, throwing a giant in front of it, counter pushing and arrows and zapping, and you walk away with wins. It's time to evolve our electric spam and assert dominance. Lots of love to everyone that's using creator code SirTag to make all the daily videos possible. Yo, this guy finished 56 in the world. Okay, Clash Royale. I did not expect to play against someone so good so early on. Well, we're going to cycle our barbarians and see what this man's up to. Whenever we see Goblin Cage, I'm fully expecting to be a balloon cycle deck with Musketeer or Inferno Dragon. We'll have to wait and see if that prophecy will ring true, or if he's going to do something completely different. Whenever I cycle my zappies in the back and I only have bats, I'm slightly scared. But I know that I kind of have to play aggressive in this type of matchup when we're playing against someone very good when I'm running Sparky, because Sparky is generally better in single elixir, especially if you can catch your opponent in a bad card cycle and they only have bait cards and then you remove them with the arrows and the zap. Things can get out of hand real fast for them. Okay, my zappy doesn't do any damage, but I feel comfortable here. I know that my opponent might even have Royal Giant or Graveyard. Oh, it's Electro Giant. He cycled it into the Sparky. Let's go. I can't tell you how many times I've done a similar thing where I don't see my opponent's cards cycled behind their king tower because I don't play with game sound on. So it's just kind of funny. I mean, you guys can hear the game sound, but I don't hear it because it's not going to be, you know, from my device. It's just going to be in my computer as I record it. So what is going to happen here? If this guy is going to be running Electric Giant, we should be able to stun it with the zappies. And we should also be able to stop it with the Evolved Barbarians and the Sparky. So we have a trifecta of stellar defenses here. It's going to be fun. We might be able to make some mischievous offense as well. I want to go in for like an aggressive strategy with Evolved Barbarians at the river while I go Sparky on the other side and keep his elixir at an all-time low. So I'm going to go for my mini P.E.K.K.A right now. I can go for a Sparky in the back left corner. I think that's going to be our best bet because he's not going to be expecting Evolved Barbarians. I can almost 100% guarantee that he goes for an Electro Giant on the right-hand side right into the Evolved Barbarians. Because whenever you see mini P.E.K.K.A and Sparky, yep, you're not going to be expecting a third counter. You weren't ready! Yeah, he's saying, wow, that's exactly what your response from a typical opponent will be. And this guy is a little bit better than typical. You know, 58 in the world. Yeah, he's really, really talented. So we're going to be going in for our bats here, potentially. Yeah, I think bats are going to be the best move. Obviously, the Evolved Barbarians on the right-hand side doing 800 damage is nothing to laugh at. He has to go for Tornado, too. He's spending his entire elixir bar there. Okay, so no Tornado in cycle. I think we want to go for a Sparky on the right-hand side and build up a bigger push. Without the Tornado in cycle, there's no doubt that it's going to be harder for you to defend this, and you spend a ton of elixir defending on the left-hand side. We can just go for another Barbarians. It's obvious to me that that's going to be more than enough since we still have the Zappy. The Zappy's going to be able to slow down his Electro Giant, so the Electro Giant's not going to be able to transgress on our territory too quickly. The Zappy also might be able to deal some damage to the Baby Dragon. I bet you he goes Barbaril. So let's make a prediction with our mini P.E.K.K.A. Nice! I love making good predictions like that. The Sparky blasted his tower. We can zap to reset, so then the Phoenix is targeting onto the wrong thing. And look at that. The Sparky stayed alive. It got blasted out of harm's way by our opponent's Tornado, and then the zap reset his Phoenix so he couldn't finish it off. And he was just sitting there mystified by the fact that Sparky blasted his tower twice and there was nothing he could do. Even though this top ladder player was the one running Electro Giant, we were the one that shocked him. When he dropped the Electro Giant at the river on the right-hand side with the mini P.E.K.K.A and Sparky out of cycle, he thought he won the game for sure. But instead, he did a deep dive into Evolved Barbarians, which turned out to be his worst nightmare. So getting to the game against Royale's finest. Well, you're probably running the Firecracker, bro. You've got it in your banner. You're also got it the Royale's finest clan, and yeah, you're even showing it first card. Wow, the skill is overflowing with this one. As I drop my giant at the river, I am ready for some pure skill gameplay. So obviously, we want our giant to run away from the Mighty Miner and blast the tower for at least 2 shots if I'm lucky. Please, one more. Nope. Oh, I was hoping to get an advantage by doing that and ignoring the Firecracker, but now we ran headfirst into double Infernos. With the Mighty Miner and the Inferno Tower, it might be difficult for us to break through. We'll still try our hardest and see what we can do. I'm going to go for Zappies in the back, and I can go in for maybe a Sparky in the back right or left. Generally, when we see a Firecracker, it is either a minor fast cycle deck, a Hog Rider deck, or, yeah, got to be Hog Rider after we see Earthquake. If it was poison or if it was fireball, we would see Goblin Drill if it was fireball, poison if, you know, we're playing against a miner deck. So you can see very quickly what your opponent's running, judging by their spells. All right, so we can arrows on that. I don't think that I'm going to get great value here, but I want to go in for Barbarians because our opponent doesn't have Bomb Tower. If we go Giant, it's just going to simply get shredded. He's going to go Inferno Tower, and I'm going to feel like a fool. Sparky's going to stay alive. It's going to be able to blast the Mighty Miner. And, wait, if I go in for a Giant now, and then I go Bats afterwards with my Zap, and he doesn't have Mighty Miner in cycle, he has to go Inferno Tower. The Inferno Tower is not going to fulfill the bill. It's not going to be enough. Oh, I forgot about that thing. Well, my Bats are dead, but the Giant's still locked into the tower, so that's a vibe. I might be okay here. I also don't know if I want to try to activate King Tower without Evolve Firecracker. There's another thing that we can do. We can Zap and we can Arrows to finish it off and do a lot of damage to the tower. I think that's going to be our best bet. It is going to be a bunch of Elixir. I mean, it is a negative trade, but how else are you going to kill evolutions? You think you're going to get positive Elixir trades against a Firecracker? Nah, that doesn't happen. I just haven't seen it happen in my life. So since we do have Zappies, we can cycle them in the middle, and even if he decides to go and drop this Mighty Miner Bomb or be really annoying, one of the Zappies will still endeavor in the right-hand side, so it won't be that much of a problem for us. I don't love the fact that it's charging up and we're resetting it kind of infrequently, but it is working for me. All right, we can go Giant off to the side, and then we can go Bats as well. I think that's going to be our best bet. I need this to happen. I need this to happen now, please, sir. Firecracker, just die. No one loves you. No one loves you unless you're playing it. All right, we're going to Zap here as well. Finish off the Inferno Tower, force out a Mighty Miner. So I'm not going to go in for Evolve Barbarians into that. That would just be a death sentence. We can cycle our Zappies again. And whenever he decides to go and spam us, we can go in for a Miner on it. He goes in for a Hog. That's what I'm going to do. It's just a bit cheaper than doing anything else. Should be enough. No, it's reset on the wrong thing, bruh. That's awful when that happens. All right, we're going to go in for our Evolve Barbarians here. It should be enough to go and kill the Firecracker. He's going to go in for an Inferno Tower. We should be able to go for a Zap when it starts to target the right thing. All right, we're going to go Arrows. Nice, nice, nice. We can go in for a Zap. Finish off the Evolve Firecracker. It's still not going to get a hit, though. It's still not going to get a hit. Somehow our Giant did get a hit through that. I'm going to throw a fit, bro, if I can't get a hit. Oh, my goodness. All right, so we're going to go in for Bats in the middle. We have to go through with this Giant and then Zap again. Eventually, we will spell cycle him out, and we will deal more damage. That's another good benefit of this. The arrows do enough damage to eventually allow you to win. I'm going to go for a Zap for some nice extra value. I think one more Zap plus arrows, we will win the game, so I don't have to worry too much here. I just need to defend this Hog Rider. We need to make a prediction on his Firecracker, which he should be cycling any second, so we're going to drop our Bats up front. Then we're going to Arrows and Zap and put him out of his misery. Thank you so much, sir. I am glad I was able to destroy an Evolved Firecracker deck. Despite you having two of the best defenses in the game to Giant, we still found a way through. Inferno Tower Mighty Miner Ice Spirit still gets blasted by the Sparky. And after cracking that Evolved Firecracker defense, we're at 5,400 in the world. Yo, we got to give me his Carlos 1. Wow, is he like the first evolution of Carlos and he's ready to evolve as the game goes on? Hopefully he's not going to be evolving with the Firecracker. I'm going to be going in for our Barbarians in the back, splitting them up. Probably the best starting play with this deck is splitting Barbarians because you're able to accommodate both sides. And since you've got Sparky and Mini P.E.K.K.A, it's not like you need your Barbarians in your hand at all points in time. So whenever we see Cannon Cart, I'm expecting it to be like a Graveyard deck. Maybe it's going to be something else. Maybe it's going to surprise me. I kind of doubt it though. Most people in the meta are running very finite card combinations. Oh, Miner. Definitely going to be Mortar Cannon Cart then. So I'm going to go for a Giant in front. And we should be able to destroy the rest of the Cannon Cart. Wait, we got 1,000 damage with our split up Barbarians? That's a joke, right? How did Barbarians that weren't even evolved when they were split up do 1,000 damage to the tower? Hats off to you, because I'm not even wearing a hat, bro. That's what's up. That's good. I'm going to go Zappies in the back. We'll see if he's going to have Poison. Typically, whenever we see this type of deck, they will go for Poison on top of the Zappies. I guess I got to go in for a Mini P.E.K.K.A here and then also Bats on top of the Archer Queen. The difficulty here is the Archer Queen goes invisible, and then I'm not able to shred her near as fast as I want. Okay, we could go Zap. I don't think it's worth really. Gonna wait a little bit. See if we can go for a Zap later on, maybe on the Bats. That's what we're hoping to hit. Because if he only has Bats and cycle to deal with these Evolved Barbarians, he's gonna have a horrible time. Generally, these type of players will have either arrows or they'll have like Fireball plus Log. I think he's gonna have Fireball plus Log since we just saw the Log, right? So Fireball coming down any second, but his tower might be going down too. Oh, he missed one of the Barbarians! He's dead. He's done. It's over. You can't stop me. This Barbarian is about to shred everything that you hold dear, and you will hold everything near. And this game is just over. It's just over. It's not even close, bro. It's not even close to near. Wow, this is hilarious. You know, whenever people end up losing a tower like that and they're having to break through a Sparky, mini P.E.K.K.A, Evolved Barbarians, and Zappies, they should just instantly leave because there's absolutely no way to make that happen. It only took one Evolved Barbarian to take the win, and now I'm pretty sure he would get 3 crown if the game just lasted 1 second longer. Utter destruction for our dude, and I can't say I feel bad. Evolved Barbarians are extremely underrated. So we're playing against Superhero, who finished top 80 in the world. Okay, Clash. I see how it happens. You want me to lose now. It's like, you've won too many games. Go back to purgatory. Get tilted, Tag. We're going to go for Zappies here off to the side. I was hoping that he would drop the Goblin Barrel in the traditional placement because that Zappies placement covers 2 of the Goblins. Okay, so it's going to be a log bait deck, but in an unconventional sense. The guy is going to end up having a Prince, and he's probably going to be running like Cannon Cart and Goblin Gang. Whoa! No, I hate this. I refuse to believe that we just matched into a log bait deck from a top 80 player in the world that is also deciding to go and run a Prince and Electro Wizard. This is a joke. This is blasphemy. I can't believe I'm getting blasted by a Prince right now, and I had no counter pressure. I had no way of stopping that because the Electro Wizard fully nullified my Sparky push with no damage taken. And it sucked up all my elixir too. This really sucks. But it is what it is. You got to live with what you got, and maybe we can still make this happen. We're going to go in for Evolved Barbarians and try to get those as quick as we can. Obviously, cycling the regular ones right there to get to the evolved ones is the necessary precaution that we have to take. The only route available for us to find success, and we are matching into a Mega Knight too. Seriously, how have you mashed together this deck? Bro, this is crazy. This is actually insane. All right, we're going to go for a Giant here so then the Mega Knight doesn't start to jump on us. Hopefully, we can go and thump that Mega Knight real quick. Wait, is the Mega Knight going to get pushed back into the... Aw, I was hoping it would get pushed back into the Musketeer. That would have been remarkable for me. Okay, so Musketeer will eventually die. I think I just sacrificed the Sparky. I'm not going to support it that much. I know, Sparky, you're on life support. He's got Zap and Electro Wizard in the same deck. And he's got Fireball too. Like, I think I'm fully sufficiently trolled. I don't know how even Ladder matches me into this. How is there someone in the universe clicking battle with this deck? It has to be a random deck generator, man. I'm so confused. Make it not happen again, bro. All right, so Sparky should be okay here. It's just not looking great. We are probably going to get Electro Wizard at any second. We'll see what we can do. He's going to Mega Knight for sure, and he does. Okay, how are we going to make this happen? I guess we go Mini P.E.K.K.A. He's going to Electro Wizard. Yup. We definitely want to kill the Electro Wizard, and that will happen, which is very nice for us. We can go in for our Zappies in the back, maybe get him to Fireball. Get him to Fireball that, we could be okay. Okay, looks like we're okay. Looks like we might find a way. He's zapping and expecting to kill the Evolved Barbarians. Bro, that doesn't work. You think that my Evolved Barbarians are going to die with that? They strong. They build different. Okay, if we go for a zap and we ignore, can we win? I don't know if we can kill the Goblin Barrel. I don't know if we can kill the Goblin Barrel. It looks like we can. Please. Mini P.E.K.K.A, take the tower! Dang it. That is probably the most hard counter I've ever had in my life. And if I hadn't zapped on the Skeleton Army, there was no way for me to break through. That was my only opportunity. I had to hope that we would finish off the Goblin Barrel, but it sunk my tower down. I guess if I match into someone that's running Electro Wizard, Zap, and Fireball, when I have Evolved Barbarians and Sparky as my main ways to win, there's not much I can do if my opponent's top 80 in the world. We seriously gotta switch up his name to Super Villain after that one. He's no hero. Yo, we gotta give me his Jose #1. Well, hopefully we can win this one. I do want to come back after taking a gigantic L. We need to get a victory here. Please don't have Electro Wizard and Zap, and I'll be a very happy sir. So we could cycle our Sparky in the back, but that's generally not the play that you want to do. You want to force out elixir from your opponent. So I'm going to cycle arrows. It does way more damage than a Zap would, so might as well cycle that. Okay, if we go for a Sparky into the Dark Prince, not necessarily the best decision of my life, but it's good. It's good enough. We can go in for Barbarians here instead of cycling a Giant, because I want to get to that evolution really fast. Also, the Barbarians, even if they get turned into piggies from the Mother Witch, it's not that problematic for me. I know for a fact that the Sparky will be able to shred the piggies, and my Sparky push is going to get delayed quite a bit. So then maybe I'm able to build up more. Can I build up more? Can the Sparky not target the pig? Can it go into the... Oh my gosh.
Oh my god! Juggernaut!
I think I'm dead. How am I supposed to defend this right now? If I go in for a Giant on the other side, it's going to get pulled by the Fisherman. I don't see a universe where we're able to stop this. Maybe I can go Mini P.E.K.K.A, kill the rest of his stuff, go for bats afterward. I'm in such a bad spot. I lost the last game against like the hugest counter imaginable. And then the next game, I'm matched into someone that ends up having P.E.K.K.A. and Fisherman. You know what? I'm not going to give up. And he also has Dark Prince too. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize they got P.E.K.K.A. Fisherman and Dark Prince. Okay. We have a huge challenge on our hands. If I can make this happen, then you can make any matchup happen. Even the last one. I think I could have won the last one too. It's just like a slight slip up. Oh, let's go. This is what we needed. We needed to go. Oh my gosh. That's not what we needed. I needed him to not have Fireball and cycle an Inferno Dragon right into his Sparky. Then maybe go in for some bait cards that we could remove with our Zap and Arrows. It's looking so bad. Okay. Wait. I could go for a Giant. And I can go for Evolve Barbarians behind it and have the Evolve Barbarians get tanked for. This could work. He's also cycling his Fisherman, so he doesn't have that to pull the Giant anymore. He doesn't have Fireball. What is he going to do? I think that our Evolve Barbarians can break through. I know this is a monumentous ask, but I believe in the power of the Evolve Barbarians. There's no shot he's stopping this. There's actually no chance. He's fireballing, but he's not able to hit everything because some of them were off to the side. We can go for our Barbarians in the middle, and we might be able to skyrocket our way back into this game. This is such a joke. This is the biggest choke. There's no way. There's no way. I'm going to zap right now. I've plopped down 2 Giants on the map, and then I can go for a mini P.E.K.K.A. on the right-hand side and just ignore everything. I think I'm okay. I think we're chilling today. We might find a good way. If the mini P.E.K.K.A. just locks onto the tower, then we win. Yes! The comeback is real! And I cannot believe we ran away with that steal. Honestly, it just shows you never give up, never leave, especially when you have Evolve Barbarian, Sparky, and Mini P.E.K.K.A. Because if you leave the game, you're just leaving a win on the table. And there's no better feeling than leaving the day in that type of way when your opponent feels like they should have already won the game. You just stick it out to see what happens, and then they become incredibly salty when you make a monstrous comeback. Mini P.E.K.K.A. and Evolve Barbarians, when they lock onto towers, can make anything happen. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more daily videos, and have an amazing rest of your day.